Hi, welcome. It's Bill here for Bill's Bonsai. How are you doing, everyone? Today I was at a hardware store and I went to the plant section and I noticed that they had a bunch of these Chinese Elm Bonsais for sale at half price, which I thought was great. They're suffering a little bit, they're not being watered. So I had to look through them all and I found that the trunks on them were not the best at all. Horrible scarring. Like this one here, it starts okay in the trunk there, but then you've got a really nasty bit of inverse taper here. Horrible scar where the maybe wire is for a twist, and then just a horrible chop at the top there. Don't know if you can see that, but anyway. Plus, grown in coconut coir and it's dry as a bone. So I thought, okay, I'll rescue this one. This one seemed to be the best one from the lot, but it does need a bit of a prune. I'm going to give it a wee trunk chop, but not just now. My job today is to rescue it. So like I say, it's just grown in this coconut coir, in this little plastic pot, sitting like that, and obviously the pot underneath that. The pot underneath this is just like a wee plastic thing with no drainage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to submerge it and let the coconut coir absorb all the water, and then let it recover, because some of the leaves are wilting. I maybe give some of these long shoots a little trim, and I'll just go and fill up the bucket just now and get it set up. So what I'm doing just now is filling up this tub with some water, and what I'm going to do is sprinkle some of this Chempak fully balanced feed into the water as well. The Chempak fully balanced feed comes with a little scoop, and one scoop does 2.5 litres, or 2 scoops for 5 litres, as it says on the box. It's balanced, it's 20-20-20 MPK, so it's no bad stuff actually. Right, that should be enough water, I think. So all I'm going to do really is, and I'm kind of worried about all this stuff floating away. The coconut coir, I'm worried about that floating away, so maybe take this wee label off as well. There we go. Right. Let's just, because this will just float. I'm worried if I submerge it, because it's hard to get wet. Once it's wet, it's fine, but when it's dry, it's hard to get wet again. So I'm just trying to let it get wet. You know what I could do really, I could do that and just sit it in there and just let it soak up some of this water. And while it's doing that, I'll just trim back some of these leaves, these long shoots. And doing that will help the water retention in the plant. There's less surface area to evaporate the water that's in the plant. Okay. Right, so that should do it. It's had a little trim. I don't know if you can see it a wee bit better now. But what I'm going to do is just leave that to soak up and recover and put it out of direct sunlight for a little bit. And then I'll repot it once it's recovered, but that can be for another day, another time. That's my rescue. An £8, it's got Japanese elm in the bonsai Japanese elm. There's a little passport. So anyway, that's my rescue for a hardware store, and I shall keep that well watered. Okay, and let it recover somewhere in the shade. I just want to add, before there's any confusion about the elm and the water that's in the pot, obviously it's just there to give it a good soak, and it's not something that you want to keep in the pot, because I don't want to drown it. I just want the coconut coir to absorb the moisture and the water. That, as you see, I put some feed in it as well to give it a mild feed. But that's it now, yeah. You can see there's some really thin bit there, thicker here. A bit of a twist there with the wire. The trunk seems to be thicker there, a wee knobbly bit, and then you've got this thick bit here, thin bit there, and then thicker up here. So I'm thinking of chopping it here, so eventually, one day, once it's recovered, and hopefully something in this area will take over. But anyway, that's it for this little rescued elm. I will repot it one day. Please subscribe and like this video. It's helped my channel a lot and encourage me to do more. The more people subscribe and the more likes and comments I get, then that obviously great bit of interaction, and it just helps the channel, of course. Alright folks, thanks for watching. Bye now.